Good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm meteorologist Eric Tallman, Michigan Channel 13. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm going to tell you the weather has been very, very interesting for the last 2 days, today and yesterday. I'm going to tell you has not been very peaceful, but just be careful. Um, just be careful. There could be some ice in the metropolitan Detroit areas on pavement and sidewalks, etc. So please be careful. Even though the sun is still out, there may be some patches of ice here and there. Just stay tuned for that, but drive carefully and use a lot of caution. Um, so let's go ahead and talk about what's going on. Uh, for the last 2 days, yesterday and today, we've had a lot of water sitting in parking lots, and I'm going to tell you what happened with that. It froze up, and because of that, we had ice issues. And today was actually the worst of it, and yesterday was a repeat. So uh, whatever was sitting on the ground, which was water, any added water that was on the ground made even more major problems. This morning we still had black ice this morning as well. So even so, just remember to use caution, whatever you do today. If you're special needs and you're going for a walk, or maybe down the block, or maybe a mile or whatever. I'm not saying that people do that in cold weather, but I'm just saying if you are planning on going outside and you're going for a walk on the sidewalks, please be very careful. They were extremely icy today, a lot of patches of black ice in some areas of Metro Detroit, and farther towards the north, actually seen the worst of it. So that wasn't all that cool because I took a walk this morning and wasn't very pleasant. I went slipping and sliding for a couple of minutes. So I went back and got my walker and took that all the way to the cafeteria and back, and I'm still here. So now you kind of know exactly what I'm talking about. Ice and black ice are very, very serious. I'm going to tell you the difference between ice and black ice. Ice you can see, but black ice you cannot see that. Black ice is visible. You cannot see black ice at all. So, because of both concerns, please be very careful because if the news, if the news talks about um, icy conditions and they talk about black ice, it's very, very serious situation. So make sure that you take that very seriously and have an emergency plan in place in case you get stuck with the icy conditions that we had for the last 2 days. So I know that's not been very pleasant, but we did make sure that alerts were sent, and the National Weather Service, Detroit Pontiac, did issue those um, did issue those warnings to you just to let you know that there's some weather related issues that you need to worry about. So we had to make sure that everyone got the alert. So weather alerts were sent out to everybody. So just make sure that you pay attention to weather alerts because if there's something such as severe weather or advisory or other issues regarding the weather, we want to make sure that everybody gets the alerts as fast as possible, and everything else to make sure you pay attention to the phone because when you get those alerts, you want to make sure that you read those alerts. We're not sending the weather alerts because we want to. There is actually a reason for it. It's very important information, and you can actually learn something from it. And if you don't have a cell phone, uh, please watch the news. If I didn't have a cell phone myself, I'd be watching the news and watching the traffic reports. And if they had mentioned anything such as ice, black ice, I would be using a lot of precaution and all of that and walking very, very slow. And I know that's not something that we want to do, but winter is here. I've not heard of any thing about snow. I am going to check into that and see where we are as far as snow, and we'll let you know about that as well. So I am going to find out exactly where we are as far as the next chance for a snowstorm and how bad is that snowstorm going to be and how is it going to impact and affect Michigan. I'll tell you more about that later on this afternoon. I'll probably have that live report up, maybe before 5 o'clock. So I will keep you guys posted throughout the week. So thank you so much for joining me for our 12:15 news update on the icy conditions and the icy commute that a lot of people were in this morning. We'll talk about the temperatures too. We'll let you know if there's going to be a repeat on what we've had the last 2 days, which is ice. We'll keep you posted on that situation. And this is meteorologist for Southeast Michigan, Michigan 13 channel, Michigan 13 channel 13. And we'll see you guys at 5 p.m. Thank you for watching and have a nice day. We'll see you then. Any additional information that we do receive, I'll bring it up as quickly as possible. Thank you for watching this update.